So, Mayor Suarez, you've just finished your State of the City for 2022. You had lots of exciting announcements to make about the growth of the city. But what I would like to ask first is this announcement. I know you can't give the name yet, but there's a very big distribution center company coming to Weslaco.
That's correct, Steve. We're very excited about that, and we've already working on developmental agreements in partnership with the Weslaco EDC, and of course our county partners are participating. It's a big deal. It's going to be over $20 million in our industrial park, new industrial park. They'll be anchoring our 160-acre industrial park. Very excited. We should be turning dirt, here in the fall of 2022, and it's going to bring over 185 jobs. It's distribution center. It's a big home run for the city of Weslaco and for the county. We're very excited to make that announcement as we continue to, iron out all the details.
I know we can't give the name away yet, but we do know it's a company that distributes a lot of materials, finished products. Tell us, have they told you why Weslaco was the city they chose?
Well, they told us there was 5 cities competing for their business, their site. They outgrew, where they were at, and they're here in the valley. They're in McAllen, but they outgrew. They're looking at the expansion and their next 20, 25-year growth. So we kind of competed and offered incentives. But I believe we had a good offer. But above all, I think we had the central locations. They're distributing valley-wide. I'm assuming that they saw Weslaco was right in the middle, and we're putting them right close to the expressway. They're about a mile off the expressway in our new industrial park, so it bodes well for them to get on the expressway, Interstate 2, and go east or west.
And that, of course, is always going to be your built-in advantage. All the time in the valley, you are centrally located. So there's so many companies that say if they want to distribute valley-wide, Weslaco is going to be high on the list.
And logistically speaking, that's correct, because we are the Mid-Valley. We're right in the middle. So for distribution companies, it's very important their location. And also we have a lot of space, available space. It's growing and we're expanding, and I see our expansion, headed east through La Feria and through Harlingen, and we're closing the gaps in between. You're not finding that much expressway property, because there's a lot of development. You drive on Weslaco, we're excited about other, development that's happening, on north and south of our expressway.
You mentioned that distribution company is going to anchor this new industrial park. Tell us how excited you are to be building a new industrial park. That must say a lot about the number of manufacturing and warehouse companies.
Well, there's an old adage that says if you build it, they will come. So we're already out of space at our industrial park. So the EDC, through the help of the city, went ahead and made an investment and bought 160 acres to create the new industrial park. It just happened to be that this distribution company was looking, so we're going to develop it. We didn't do it for them, but they saw the site, so that also sold the deal. So if we hadn't moved forward and built it, they would have never come. So that just timed in perfectly.
Tell us where this new industrial park is being built.
It's built off of 1015. You get off of 1015 and go up to mile 9. It's right across the DPS regional building, right across there on mile 9.
If we go there now, we probably won't see very much. It's just perhaps an empty lot at the moment. But so what do you think the time frame is to have it ready?
Well, it's going to take about a year and a half. We'll probably break around there in late 2023 or 2024. Ribbon cut. We'll break ground hopefully this fall. Right now they're doing all the feasibility study, doing all the core samples, the testing of the soil. Well, we already done that phase. So right now the EDC is actually developing it, getting it ready with concrete streets, and so they can be able to start building. We should see them turning dirt, God willing, the fall of 2022.
You mentioned also in your State of the City how Weslaco is the center and the heart of the valley. Are there any statistics that you read out to the audience here today that sort of jump out the page for you and the viewers should know about your growth?
Well, we talked a little bit about residential permits and business permits. Our permitting has skyrocketed, so that tells us that they're coming into Weslaco. They're coming to live in Weslaco, build businesses. We also have a lot of business permits that have been issued out. And just the mere fact that our sales tax, we're into the year, 5 months into the fiscal year, and we're over $9.5 million in sales tax. So there's a lot of things happening in Weslaco. The economy is booming. People are coming out, and so they're spending their dollars. They're working and playing in the city of Weslaco.
If you keep up that rate, you're only 5 months in, it's going to be another record year.
It should be, based on the numbers I was given. We're conservative. We're at $9.5 million. We should be able to break the $12 million we did last year. So we budgeted for less than that. We budgeted conservatively, so it's going to really help our budget. It's just going to be a testament of the gift that keeps on giving. You build it, they will come. They're going to come to Weslaco. We have a lot of new eateries that are coming in. They're doing great. I mean, one of them that comes to mind is Build a Burger. It's not a franchise, but they built the first one in Edinburgh. I met the owner. It's a mom and pop type thing. They started out of a food truck. So they came in here and invested in Weslaco, and they're going to have great success.
And in your speech as well, you spent quite a bit of time, understandably, talking about drainage. It's always been an issue in recent years for the residents. What can you tell us about the work the city's already put in to improve drainage throughout the city? Well,
we touched a little bit of some of the projects. We had 3 major projects that are already almost to completion, and we're doing also smaller, improvements. But I might add that, the water drains from west to east. We're about 300 feet or a football field length from McCook all the way to Weslaco. That's how the elevation works. And then I tell people, as I learned this, from here to La Laguna Madre, the elevation starts dropping only 1 foot a mile. So you can see we're in a bowl, so we take everybody's water. So we had to create more RDF, which we have done, to retain some of the water. And then I call those drainage ditches conveyor belts, so we widen them so we can get the water quicker. Our goal is you'll have water in the street, in your yard, but hopefully our goal is to make sure we keep water out of the residents' home. And we've been successful. We're not done yet. We're going to continue to tackle the drainage problem and tackle it head on.
Last question. You gave a shout out today to County Judge Richard Cortez and County Commissioner David Fuentes, because of the collaboration you have. Do you want to expand upon that for our viewers, how the City of Weslaco works so well with the county?
Well, for starters,